What if the boy sitting next to you in class was secretly a billionaire? Alex hides his fortune to escape his past. But when he falls for Emily, a waitress drowning in debt, his lies could destroy everything. Will love survive when the truth comes out? Or will his billions cost him the only girl who ever saw the real him? Alex Carter stepped into the crowded high school hallway, his designer shoes scuffing against the linoleum. No one knew him here, no bodyguards, no whispers of his family's billions. Just a normal transfer student. But when his gaze locked with Emily's, a girl with tired eyes and a worn-out apron from her night shift, his heart stuttered. For the first time, he wanted someone to see him, not his money. Emily wiped down the diner counter, exhaustion weighing on her shoulders. College tuition, rent, her mother's medical bills, it never ended. Then Alex walked in, ordering coffee with a shy smile. He didn't know she went to his school, and when he lied about working part-time to pay bills, she believed him. If only she knew the truth. Emily's hands trembled as she stared at the headline, "Billionaire heir poses as student." Alex stood before her, desperation in his eyes. "I just wanted to be loved for me." Tears blurred her vision. Could she forgive the lies? Or was trust shattered forever? Alex adjusted his thrift store jacket, the rough fabric unfamiliar against his skin. His private jet, his penthouse, his name on Forbes' list, none of it mattered here. For once, he just wanted to be normal. Then he saw her, Emily, balancing a tray of coffees at the diner across from school. Her laugh was tired but warm, and for the first time in years, Alex's chest ached with something real. Emily's sneakers had duct tape on the soles. Again, she sighed, counting her tips, 12 short of rent and payday. Thiqui transfint, he left a 50 tip, but didn't even glance at the money. When their eyes met, she felt seen, really seen. Little did she know, that tip was pocket change to him. "So, where do you work?" Emily asked, sliding into the booth beside him after her shift. Alex's throat tightened. "I own the company that probably owns this diner." Instead, he shrugged, "Just odd jobs, saving up for college." She smiled, believing him, and the guilt twisted deeper. The diner was nearly empty at AM when Alex showed up again. Emily raised an eyebrow. "Don't you have, like, a curfew or something?" He traced the chipped edge of his coffee cup. "I'd rather be here than home." The raw honesty in his voice made her pause. For someone who seemed to have it all together, his eyes looked lonely. Emily gasped when Alex tripped in the hallway, tearing his jeans at the knee. "Oh my God, are you okay?" He laughed it off, but panic flashed in his eyes, not from pain, but because they were limited edition designer jeans worth more than her rent. She pulled out a needle and thread from her bag. "Sit still, I've stitched up worse." He watched her work, heart pounding. "No one's ever fixed something for me before." Rain trapped them under the diner's awning after closing. Emily shivered. Alex shrugged off his hoodie and draped it over her shoulders. Their fingers brushed. She looked up. He leaned in. Then her phone buzzed, a hospital bill notification. The moment shattered. Alex didn't miss the way her smile faltered. "If she knew the truth, she'd never look at me like that again." Emily slammed her textbook shut in frustration. "I just got rejected from another scholarship. At this rate, I'll be paying off student loans until I'm 50. Alex's gut twisted. "I could write a check right now and fix everything." Instead, he hesitantly said, "Maybe I could help you look for others." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "You're sweet, but we both know how this ends." The resignation in her voice made him physically ache. Alex's phone buzzed with an urgent message. "Emergency board meeting. Your presence required." He quickly silenced it, but not before Emily caught a glimpse of the sender, Carter Global Holdings. "Who's that?" she asked casually. "Just spam," he lied, watching her nod absently. That night, he stood her up for their study date to deal with the crisis. When he finally texted an apology, she replied, "It's okay. I'm used to being disappointed." The words haunted him. Emily wasn't at school when Alex finally tracked her down at the hospital. She was slumped in a chair outside her mother's room, exhausted. "I can help," he started, reaching for his wallet. She recoiled like he'd struck her. "I don't want your pity money." For the first time, Alex saw the unspoken truth in her eyes. "People like you never understand people like me." He left in silence, hating himself more than ever. Alex didn't show up to school for 3 days. Emily told herself she didn't care, but when she spotted paparazzi photos online of a mystery Carter heir at a Monaco charity gala, her stomach dropped. The blurry figure in the background wore Alex's exact watch, the one he'd claimed was a knockoff. She confronted him in the empty hallway, voice shaking. "Were you ever going to tell me?" "I was going to explain," Alex pleaded, gripping her wrist as she tried to walk away. "I just needed you to know me first." Emily yanked free, tears spilling. "You let me cry about bills while you could buy this entire town. That's not a secret, that's a betrayal." The bell rang, leaving them stranded in the echo of her words. Alex appeared at the diner with a black eye and a manila envelope. "I quit the board," he said, sliding it across the counter. Inside, a scholarship fund with Emily's name, funded anonymously. She shoved it back. "You think money fixes this?" "No," he whispered, "but it's all I know how to give." For the first time, billionaire Alex Carter looked utterly bankrupt. Emily's hands shook as she served table for Alex's usual spot. His absence screamed louder than his lies ever had. On the counter, the unopened envelope taunted her. She traced its edges, wondering if forgiveness could ever outweigh betrayal. A news alert buzzed on Emily's phone. "Carter heir renounces inheritance in shocking press conference." Alex's face filled the screen, raw and determined. "I don't deserve the money if it cost me the only real thing I've ever had." Her coffee cup slipped from her fingers, shattering like her resolve. Emily opened her door to find Alex drenched in rain, holding two things: a thrift store, job application, and his battered heart. "I'll earn your trust penny by penny," he vowed. This time, when their hands brushed, she didn't pull away. Emily stared at the food truck Alex had chosen, then at his nervous smile. "No 5-star restaurants?" she teased. "I wanted it to be us," he said, handing her a $5 bill, his first paycheck from the grocery store. When their fingers touched over greasy fries, something fragile began to heal. Alex's father appeared at Emily's diner, crisp suit mocking the cracked vinyl seats. "End this farce," he hissed. "You'll ruin him." Emily squared her shoulders. "Funny he thinks. You already did." The door chimed as Alex entered, eyes blazing. For the first time, he chose his own future. Emily's mom squeezed Alex's hand from her hospital bed. "You paid my bills." Anonymously, he stressed. But Emily knew. That night, she kissed his cheek where tears had fallen. "We'll pay it forward," she whispered. "Together." Emily stared at the check in her hands, her full tuition covered. "With one condition, pay it forward when you can." Alex pretended not to notice her tears. "It's not from me." He lied badly. She pressed her forehead to his. "Liar." But this time, she kissed him anyway. Alex stood before Carter Global's stunned executives, Emily's hand in his. "Effective immediately," he announced, 90 of my shares will fund low-income scholarships." His father's face turned purple. "You're throwing away your birthright." Alex just smiled. "No, I'm finally earning it." Emily traced the familiar diner counter one last time, her throat tight. Alex watched her silently, his paint-splattered hands shoved in his pockets. "It's just a building," she whispered, more to herself than him. He stepped closer, pressing a kiss to her temple. "No, it's where I fell in love with you. That doesn't end today." She turned into his arms, breathing him in. No more secrets. No more lies. Just them. Alex spread the architectural plans across their tiny apartment floor. "The community kitchen needs a kid's corner," he said, grinning as Emily gasped. "You kept the neon open 24-hour sign?" "Obviously." He tugged her down beside him. "Some things are too perfect to change." Emily blinked at the glossy key in Alex's palm. "What's this?" "Our first real fight," he teased. "I bought the building next door for your nonprofit. You're mad, right?" She hurled herself at him, laughing against his lips. terrifyingly happy. Alex fumbled the scrambled eggs, his nerves obvious. Emily raised an eyebrow. "You're sweating over breakfast?" The ring clattered onto her plate. "Marry me," he blurted. "Not because I'm a Carter, because I'm yours." Her yes was lost in the crash of overturned chairs as he kissed her. Alex's father slammed his fist on the boardroom table. "You'll regret this." Alex didn't flinch. "I already did every day I lied to Emily. Never again." Later, Emily held him as he shook. "You were brave," she murmured. He buried his face in her hair. "You make it easy." Emily spun in the thrift store. "Wedding dress, its lace slightly yellowed. Perfect, right?" Alex's voice cracked. She kissed him quiet. "Save it for the vows, billionaire." Rain poured as guests huddled under food truck awnings. Alex gripped Emily's hands. "No fancy ballroom," she beamed. "Just us." Their first dance was a wobbly twirl in muddy grass. And it was everything. Emily's stunned silence scared Alex. "The test is." She shoved it at him, tears streaming. "Positive." He sank to his knees, pressing his forehead to her stomach. "We're gonna be so bad at this." Her laughter rang through their home. Alex sobbed louder than the baby. "She's got your nose," he hiccuped. Emily exhaustedly smiled. "And your stubbornness." When their daughter curled tiny fingers around his pinky, Alex whispered, "I'll never let you doubt how loved you are." Years later, their daughter pinned a newspaper clipping to the wall. "Former billionaire and wife. Open 100th free community school." Alex pulled Emily close. "Best investment I ever made." As their laughter echoed through the halls they'd built together, one truth remained: love, not money, had made them rich.